Ding, 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 ding. It's day 5. Day 5. New haircut. What do you guys think? Fresh cut. I just got it yesterday and everything. Let me know. I should put like an alarm sound on or something. Just to let you guys know, like, fresh cut alert. You know, I think it's alright. I reckon usually what I feel like when I get haircuts is like, it usually doesn't turn out well at first. But just give it like a few days, or probably weeks more rather. Like give it like 3 or 4 weeks, maybe 2 weeks, and I'll really like grow into it a lot better. So I think it's good. I think it's a good starting point, certainly. I've had worse haircuts, to be sure. Or at least I've definitely had worse. So I actually think this is a good starting point. I think it'll build out quite nicely. I got it quite short on the sides, like a bit of a bear's fade is what my barber was telling me it's called. I don't really know too much about hairstyles or anything. I'm playing around with it a lot. I think it's decently symmetrical. I've had other haircuts where it's like, how does this person even have like a barber's license? Do you need a barber's license? Like a hair cutting license? I don't know, but if you do, this is like a barber I had, I reckon it was like the start of last year. I don't know how they got their one. It was so like my hair was scuffed, bruh. Deviating away from my haircut though, something that also starts with H, happiness. I've been thinking about this a lot recently, you know, so like happiness is something so interesting because it's like, it's not like money, you know. Happiness is something you can never run out of, and it's really something that you either use in the present moment or you just lose it. So, you know, say I'm either happy right now, or I just lose this moment of happiness, or I just lose this moment's worth of happiness. Like I can't store this moment of being sad, say in this moment, to be even more happy later. It doesn't work like that. Like I can be happy now and just even happier in the future, you know. So it's not like money, you know. Say you've got $10, you can either spend that now, or you can spend that in, you know, say tomorrow or in a week's time, and it's still just $10. You know, happiness is like, you can be even happy in a week's time, in a day's time, but you can also be happy now, and it does absolutely nothing to dent that, you know? Like, you can't go into a happiness debt or anything. You can go into a monetary debt. You can be overspending with your money, but you can't be overly happy, you know? You'll never be so happy that the next day you've got to be sad or anything. So it's like, you may as well just be happy today. That's what I'm thinking. Be happy in the moment. That's what I'm focusing on. For real. And like I was saying in the last video, I feel like I've just been wishing too much at work that, you know, the hours go by and I get home. But today I really want to set the intention of just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the day, certainly. That's what I want to focus on, and that's what I want to do. Just enjoy everything. Enjoy all the tasks I do. You know, they're good, they're fun. And like I said, it's kind of like school, but getting paid to go to school. It's actually a pretty good job, not gonna lie. So I really enjoy it, and I just want to carry that on. I mentioned in my last video as well about how someone walked past me the other day and like nodded at me, and I just like stared right down to the ground, and I walked past them, and I was like, what was that? You know, like, be a little bit more open, you know, and kind probably, and just social, I guess. So I've already done it 3 times today to other people. I've nodded at them, acknowledged their existence, showing that, hey, you know, this is something I want to integrate more with my life, and something I've been trying to learn more and do. So I'm trying to action it now. That's good. Okay, nearly at work, but yeah, actually in the office right now. So just a little bit of stuff around here, a few files and everything. I'm not sure how much I can show. I cannot, because some of the stuff is private to my boss, well, to the firm. But anyway, in here now, gotta get to work. On my lunch break, just recording this little video here, this little clip on a Friday, final day of the week and everything. And something I've been thinking about is how I feel like I used to be not rooting on people's downfall, but more like not wishing people success like I feel like I do now. I feel like nowadays I'm hoping, you know, the best for everyone. You know, I really hope everyone succeeds in life. And I feel like I wasn't always like that. I think for a few reasons. Like, it's like their success is my lack of success. Like, they're taking my position. Like, say, like, in a test in class, especially when you're in direct comparison with other people. If they get 90%, you get 80%. Well, hey, directly comparing to each other, they beat you. And so, I guess that would aggravate me internally. Or, in like a sports game or whatever. Their team would win, or, if it's a 1v1, they would beat you, and, direct comparison. And I feel like that stuff would get to me more. But now I'm just like, hey, like, good for you at the end of the day. I'm happy for you. I really am. And I think I've made that shift for a few reasons. I think they all go under the kind of broader umbrella of more maturity. I think over time, I feel like I, probably like everyone else, gets more mature over time. And nutting it down to a few more reasons. Number one, I think, like, someone's going to achieve that success anyway. So it may as well be someone I know. For example, say someone pops off on YouTube from school or something. I wouldn't be like, oh, I hate that they popped off and I didn't, or whatever. Like, I'd be happy for them, or TikTok, or whatever other platform. It's like good for them. Like, I'm happy. Like, someone's gonna pop off anyway. I'd rather it be, someone I know in real life, because, like, that's cool. It's cool to say, oh, I know this person that's got 1 million subscribers or whatever. Because currently I don't know anyone that's, like, famous at all, really. Like, not just on social media, in anything, really. So, yeah, I mean, it would be cool, it would. A second reason, I feel like more and more I'm just really realizing, everyone's on their own path. I think during school, it's like, you don't really get that sense as much. That, like, everyone's on their own path in life and everything, because it's like you see the same people every day, you're in the same buildings and everything. It's like, it looks like everyone's on the same path, the same exact path. But once you leave school, you realize, like, and you see, people doing different things and everything, everyone's a lot more spread out. It's like, yeah, like, everyone's really got their own thing going on. So it's like, you're not really in direct comparison. So it's like, you are happy for them, and everything. Rather than being like, again, like I just said before, their success is my lack of success or whatever. And the third reason probably ties in with what I was saying before, but obviously, like, yeah, maturing more. And just being like, hey, like, why focus on the negatives? Why focus on the fact that, or why even be a negative person and be like, oh, I hate that this person got successful in whatever field. Or focus on, oh, I'm lacking success in this area. Compared to just being a positive person. Like, why be negative when you can be positive? Like, there's nothing forcing you to be negative. You can just live a positive life. And be like, oh, like, happy for this person and everything. Even if you don't really talk to them or know them or have seen them for a few years or anything. It doesn't really matter. You can still be happy for them. And, I think it comes back to what, again, I was saying before about, like, happiness and everything. Like, happiness is really a choice. You either have it now or you just lose it for the moment. You can't store happiness for a week's time and everything. Like, you can be happy now and you can be happy in a week. It doesn't mean, you neither have to be happy in the moment or yeah, you don't have to choose one or the other, basically. You can't get into a debt of happiness. You can't be indebted to anyone, have to pay off happiness bills by being sad or whatever. So it's like, you may as well just be as happy as possible all the time. And yeah, I feel like that's something I'm definitely trying to live more and more by. Anyways, probably gonna get back to the office. I feel like the haircut's certainly growing on me, especially once I shave. I feel like just in general, I'm definitely more used to looking at myself clean shaven rather than with any facial hair, really. I feel like I do look my best probably 1 or 2 days after shaving, I would say. Right now, I think I haven't shaved in about 6 days. So we'll see. Even the day of shaving, I guess day zero, I think I look good on that day. So we'll see. I'll probably shave tomorrow on the day after. I think I mentioned that earlier. But anyway, yeah, got to get back to the office. It's been a fun day so far. I've been implementing what I was saying before. Just trying to be happy in the moment. And I feel like it's kind of counterintuitive, because it's like, or not even counterintuitive, but it's like, obviously, like, everyone kind of knows, like, when you're happier, like, the time goes faster, because you're just enjoying it so much. So it's like, if you really hate your job, then you want it to go by quickly. And if you want it to go by quickly, you should start enjoying it, so you're happy, because if you're happy, it'll go by faster. So that's what I've been doing, even though I enjoy my job in the first place. But anyway, I've just really been trying to focus, so far today, and I'll try to do the rest of today, and any time in the future for my job or anything. you know, just be like, just enjoy it, you know, because whether you don't or you do, I mean, the time's gonna pass anyway, and if you do, the time will probably pass faster, and you're enjoying it more in the moment, you know, you weren't hating the moment, you weren't despising it. So that's what I'm gonna try to focus on. Anyways, talk to you guys later. I'm on a busy street right now. I've got all the cars staring at me. I'm just the only person walking right now, and there's like 10 cars lined up. I see every single person basically looking at me. But you know what? I don't even care anymore, to be honest. Because it's like, you know me, I'm just living my life. If people want to stare, hey, you know what you say. If people are staring at you, you know what you say? You're like, hey, take a photo. It'll last longer. You know? So that's what I'm just up to right now. Whew. But yeah, anyway, another day done, another week done. What can I say? What can I say? You know, it's out on that grind, you know. It's on that drive. I've got that drive, you know. I've got that drive and I'm on that grind. For real. It's what the kids be saying nowadays. Just finished up 8 hours of work. And now I'm gonna enjoy. I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna have a good time. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet, but I'm gonna have a good time, whatever it is. Probably eat something. I do wanna eat something. I had some blueberries before at lunch, but I wanna eat something with some more protein. I've just thought about, this is like my impression of if you went to like a mind reader or something. And this is what they would say basically. So, you know, like the people that like read like the lines on your hand and tell you about your future. So basically you would go in, you know, you put your hand out, they read it, they're like tracing the lines on your hand and everything, and they're like, oh, something's gonna happen to you soon. And then everyone doing it, you know, they just gobble up and they're like, wow, something's gonna happen to me? That is crazy. You know, I couldn't believe that. Something's gonna happen to me. Wow, let me think about that for a little bit longer. But then I think you dive a bit deeper into it, and it's like, isn't something happening to us all the time? And I think that's a bit of an existential crisis, which I might be going through right now. Maybe something's happening to me. I'm just joking. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, anyway, I don't really have too much to say. I feel like I've talked enough today. I was just telling my boss about how I'm going to a festival on Sunday, and he was saying, wow, you know, he was like, don't get on any illegal substances. And I was like, no, don't worry, that's not me. I'm too anxious for all that, you know. It's like, you know, you do that stuff to just have a good, you know, few hours or something, or a few minutes even, and then after that it wears off. Like, that's the upside, you know, of doing any illegal substances. But the downside is, like, it wrecks your life, like you die. So I don't know, for some people maybe that's a positive. So I guess it's like it's not a risk v reward, it's like a reward v reward. But that's probably not the mentality you want to have, and that's not the mentality I have, at least. Again, I'm putting in that work, I'm putting in that grind. You know, you see me 9 to 5, you know, I don't want to just live for the weekend. I want to live for the rest of my life, you know. So yeah, that's what we're up to right now. Whew. The walk home from work is always nice. It's just like you're out in nature, you're out in the atmosphere after being enclosed in, you know, this little room for 8 hours, plus a 30-minute lunch break, but, you know, which I go outside for, as you guys see. But otherwise, you know, enclosed in a dark little room with artificial light. So good to get outside right now. I'm liking the haircut more and more every hour, to be honest. I think it's growing on me, certainly. Okay, now that I've given my impression of you know, the mind readers out there, now let's talk about what's our favorite race. For mine, probably the 1 kilometer. You know, it's not actually raced too much, but, you know, at like an Olympic event or anything. But I just like it because it's like, it's not like super long distance or anything, but it's like, it's enough long distance. I'm not the biggest fan of like sprints or anything, or even like a more middle-y distance thing of like a 400, which is more of like a sprint / middle distance. But yeah, 1,000 works into my sweet spot if I was competing, number 1. And then number 2, if also, you know, I was just watching it. You You know, it's like, it's long enough to enjoy it. Because with the 100 meter, it's done before, you know, you've even really realized, you know. But with a 1,000 meter, a 1 kilometer, you know, at least you've got time to enjoy it and really soak it in before it ends. But it's also like fast, and it's not too long. You know, you're probably looking at like maybe a 3.5 minute race. You know, it's not super long, but it's also long enough to enjoy. You know, like, it's not like a marathon. Like, who's there sitting there for like 3 hours or 2 hours to watch a marathon? A bit long. But, you know, a 1 kilometer is a good sweet spot. That's my favourite race. The stuff I was saying about being happy, you know, makes time go faster. Especially when, you know, say you're doing something which is not your favourite activity. Like, I like going to work, like I was saying. I like going to the job. But it's obviously still not my favourite thing to do. You know, I could still list out things which I would more prefer. You know, even though I do like it. But, you know, I think really just having that mentality, which is something I was really trying to do today, of just being happy, enjoy the moment, be present. You know, I feel like really made the time go by faster. You know, so it's like so many benefits. You know, number one, I'm not hating my life when I'm there. Number two, the time is going faster. And number three, I'm enjoying it, you know. Well, I guess, I don't know. I mean, you probably wouldn't want time to go faster if you're enjoying it. But, I mean, it did to an extent, is what I felt like. You know, especially, I think, up until lunch, it felt like it was going pretty fast. Probably after lunch, it felt like it was going a bit slower. Especially, yeah. After lunch, it felt like it was going a bit slower. Probably as I started to get more tired and everything. But, no, it was good. Certainly a mentality I want to keep up, and I want to keep doing. Whew. Also, I don't think I've given you guys a fit check yet today. So, here it is. Check out how I'm looking and everything. But yeah, I am pretty much home right now. Gotta chillax for a little bit. I think I've got my next shift on a few days. So, I mean, it is a Friday today, so I guess that makes sense. And yeah, we'll see how things go. Anyway, talk to you guys later.